if I go a while without streaming and you want me to stream, say you've been sending me DMs or like, what this bitch ass nigga been? The best way to get me to stream is to get a bitch ass nigga talking shit about me. The moment I see that nigga, my eyes turn red. I'm gonna size up a few niggas today. Don't you worry. Don't y'all ever, man. I almost want to do it now. Let me just calm down. You know, it's very unfortunate that I'll get to that later. I gotta calm down. Yeah, I know I don't like. All right, we're good. Anyway, people, there's a lot of stuff we should be talking about. By the way, so I know you're. Yeah, MommaDemiks is here. She's upstairs. I don't know why she's cleaning. She just wants to clean. To me, this place is clean. To my mom, it's filthy. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's just a mom. You know, I retired her in the end of June. That was the last day of school for that year. And I told her, you know, listen, I've been trying to get her retired for like a year and a half or 2 years actually. And she finally said, you know what? I'm down to retire. However, my mom is Jamaican. My mom don't want to just go on vacation permanently. She don't want to just stay at her house just chilling. You know what I mean? My mom, who don't even really like dogs because she comes from Jamaica, but she's offered to babysit my dogs. She wants to be so active, but now that she doesn't have school to prepare for, because she spent a lot of her days making lesson plans, reading this, reading that, studying this, she has to still stay active. So what she does now, my middle brother just bought a house. My oldest brother been had a house, and she goes to my brother's house. She decorates. She, you know what I mean, gets shit in order. That's her stuff. You know what I mean? It's a great thing to have a beautiful, amazing mother, and you know, I'm very happy, you know, that she's here to help me with anything. So yes, my mom she's probably gonna be by my house more frequently. She got her own house, but whatever mama want, okay? So again, she did tell me one time she want to make a YouTube channel. I was trying to talk her out of it because I ain't gonna lie. If a nigga say something about mom, I don't have a level head. But she is keeping active. She's keeping happy. She is happy. She's concerned about my well-being and making sure that her sons are good. And again, as I said, not to stunt, but like, I don't think I could have a better mother. You know what I mean? Don't ask for nothing. You know, I try to give her everything, but just wants her son to succeed because she's still in like disbelief that we're in this position in the United States and succeeding. And, you know, she raised us a lot as a single mother. So salute to her, and I love her. Okay, all right, that's enough about mom. I got to get that out of the way now because we eventually going to get on some shit. Anyway, I do have a lot of stuff to talk about. First and foremost, I do want to say, what's good with y'all? Is everybody in the building good? We can't go from MommaDemiks to violation time. I want to make sure all the chat niggas are good. Is there any issues, any problems? This is where you could let me know. You know, if you're going through some personal issues, I hope I could be a beacon of light. I hope that if I could help, hopefully I could help. You know, I read a lot of you guys' DMs. If I could help personally in your situation, I would. But hopefully you guys look at me as a beacon of light of I'm not different from you guys. I am you, okay? This is nothing separates us but time and space, and I hope you guys understand that. By the way, the reason why the stream is called Put That Shit On, yo, that Adrian Broner song? No, that's Adrian Broner. We gotta talk about him too. Antonio Brown song. Fire! That's just fire. I remember when he invited me to his house. I think we still even got more footage. He invited me to his house. He played a bunch of music. And I was getting the inkling because here's the thing about Antonio Brown. I don't think he's going back to football. He acknowledged in the podcast I did with him, he said, yo, if I really want to get back to football, I got to get the surgery. But I only need the surgery to play. So I got to get my ankle cleaned up. He hasn't gotten his ankle cleaned up. He's been performing, living the life of somebody who I think is being accepted as either a rapper or a potential rap star, and I think it's been working for him. I don't know if he's going back to football. Now, granted, there's a bigger check in football. But this is how I look at it. And again, that's my guy, but I haven't really intimately talked to him about this. Bro, Antonio Brown made about $80, $90 million of football. I know, like, by the way, I'm also one that says when you start making millions, you start spending millions. I don't think that Antonio Brown is going to go broke, right? Here's the thing about humans. When money isn't the motivating factor, after a particular point, you start going to what you actually like. Let me make that very clear. I'm telling you about human nature. I'm a male. I'm a guy. When I went to college, and it wasn't about what I like to do. I said, I'm not leaving college without a degree that would go towards a profession that would make me six figures. I said, this is a very competitive world. I just came from the countryside in Jamaica. I gotta go for this shit. If I'm in America, I need to make at least six figures. So there was a bunch of other majors, like, yeah, get a sociology major and make like 40, 50,000 as a social worker. That's not gonna help me. So I wanted to be a doctor. But I ain't gonna lie, I was having some fun in college. So I was like, doctor might not work. Scientist, well, somebody that work in a lab, something medical, science, biological, it'll get me over 100,000. That's the only reason why. Remember, I've always touted I've graduated with a biomath degree. Because in reality, I looked at college like a business. And I think that's the majority of humans. Money is a determining factor for a point. But here's the thing. The thing with NBA players and NFL players, this is why you got to salute niggas like LeBron. You get to a fucking point in life. Yo, LeBron has made $1 billion. Drake has made $1 billion. You know when I talk to people who know Drake intimately? The conversation everybody has with me is like, bro, how does he have so much money and still care this much? Basically, when you start chasing money, because sometimes your money, even though you might have passions for certain things, money, like, bro, for the most part, we all broke. We like, bro, it's not like we're born to Bill Gates. Like, we come up, like, your mom is struggling, the dad dipped off with another hoe, like, whatever. Like, we really hustling out here. We are here trying to make it. Now, once you finally make it, you're happy. But there's a certain level you get to with money where it's like the money doesn't drive you anymore. And I think that's where Antonio Brown got. I think Antonio Brown is having more fun. I went to a day party with Antonio Brown last month. And at this day party with Antonio Brown, I'm going to just be honest. This is me talking. I don't know. I didn't ask. They probably paid him. I can't see them paying him more than $15,000. $15,000 for this party that he had to show up to. My bad, man. $15,000 for this party that he had to show up to. He's traveling. There's people with whatever the case is. After, well, he didn't really had no security, but he did have people with him. Like, there's expenses. So say they pay him $15,000, he nets 10. Bro, as an NFL player, Antonio Brown could have been making $30 million in a year. 10,000 is nothing. I'm trying to put it in perspective to y'all. In perspective, Antonio Brown would make way more money in football, but he's at the level where the money don't matter. You know what matters to him? Just having fun and doing something he likes. So, by the way, I was so drunk that day. I remember I was up on stage with that nigga doing that. Put that shit on. I was doing that dance. That shit fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. Which is like really like almost like a copy of the Dougie B dance, but whatever. The point of me saying that is that for a lot of people who are successful, you always have that frame of reference where you watch to see what their true passion is. I think that's why Drake is great. I think that's why LeBron is great. When Cole got to that atmosphere, he didn't give a fuck. And when I mean he didn't give a fuck, he wasn't driven by money to do things to still be on the scene. He was just like, I'm good. I'll appear when I want to. People like Drake still feel like he got to drop every year. Bro, I know this as a fact now. Drake feels like he has to drop some rap shit to impress y'all because a lot of y'all was down to him from Honestly Nevermind. That's a nigga who cares. Bro, think about it. Drake is the only artist that we know. Now, granted, maybe of publishing all that type of shit. Maybe Snoop maybe made him billion. No, I don't know. I don't know if Snoop made no fucking $1 billion. Even through his whole illustrious career, which is very long. Off just music. But Drake is at the point where he made $1 billion off music. Why the fuck does Drake care that much? Those people are special. LeBron James. Granted, the brand of LeBron probably won't be bigger than Jordan, but it'll be comparable. He's going to be a billionaire even if he retires today, whether it's through sneakers or some other venture. He is smart. Why does he still fucking care in his like 20th season to still try to win championships? What was he thinking about the past, Michael? Like, bro, you didn't go 6-6. Like, it takes a special type of motherfucker who gets so rich that it won't even matter, but you're still hustling for it. This is where Antonio Brown comes in. I think Antonio Brown is a phenomenal receiver. Some people have said he's probably one of the top 50 receivers of all time. I'm going off what people have said. I think his love for the game is different from Tom Brady's love for the game. It's different from Drake's love for rap. It's different from LeBron's love for basketball. Because he's probably made $100 million throughout his life. He don't necessarily need to keep lining up, going to OTAs, practicing, getting niggas like, you know what I mean, fucking, you know what I mean, hit sticking them all the time, even though they don't really do that anymore. And I think for him, he's made that judgment to say, yeah, I probably could make $40 million more being in the NFL, but I'd rather be on Rolling Loud. I'm guessing. I don't know how much he got really paid. I'd rather be on Rolling Loud for $25,000, and I'd rather go to a club for $10,000 or $15,000. That's just what it is. So, it's very interesting when I watch people like that. You know what I mean? Because it's hard for maybe y'all to imagine. But if I gave you $100 million, would you still be doing what you do now? Or would you just fuck it off and go do like some random shit that you might not even make a lot of money doing? And I think that's where we get the differences. Anyway, people,